Hello everyone, we're recording number 25 on a practice final. It says you are currently investing money in a savings account. Currently, the account gives 2.5% annual interest on money that is invested in the account. Assuming you invest $2,500 for 5 years in the account, which equation, so I want an equation below, would represent the amount of money you would have if you left the $2,500 untouched in your savings. So I want an equation. And if you notice, this is a percent one. So I want something having to do with percent. So if we recall from semester 1 in unit 1, there was an equation that we had to do this. This was UN equals U1 times R to the n minus 1. In this case, R is, it's either 1 plus the percent if it is an increase. If it is a decrease, R is 1 minus the total percent. And this is if the money or anything is decreasing. Okay? So you have to think about what's going on right now. Well, your money is an account, in a savings account. Typically, money in an account tends to increase, so we're dealing with this case here. Also, alternately, if you remember from Algebra 2, so this is what we did this year in pre-cal. In Algebra 2, from last year, it looked like y equals a times x to the n, right? No. It was a times, b to the x. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. So it was a times b to the x. And again, here your u1 or your a is the initial amount of whatever stuff, okay? Your b or your R, this is your growth. That is how it, or your growth. Or you could also call it your decay factor. So if it's growth, if it's a whole number, if it was some kind of fraction or less than 1, it's going to be a decay. Like fraction or something. So if it's less than the absolute value of 1, it's going to be a decay. So you can see here, and you don't really need to figure that out as much because you know because it's increasing, it's going to be, because money is increasing, it's going to be a growth because your money is growing in an account. So let's go ahead and start it out here. So we start out with, again, UN equals U1 times R to the n minus 1. And then UN is the formula, so hence that's why all the UNs are here. U1 is how much money you start with. How much did I start with? Well, if you recall, you invested $2,500. So that's going to be my $2,500 times your R. Now R is, since we remember, R was what? It was 1 plus the percent. My percent is 0.25. So, 2.5. So percent. So I rounded over 2 times to make it a decimal. So it's going to be 0.025 as a decimal. So that is my percent here. I'm going to add on. So R is 1 plus 0.025, which becomes 1.025, which is my R. And actually, you don't really need the rest of the equations because you can clearly see here which one it is. It's going to be D clearly because that's the only one with the correct R, but we'll continue on anyway. So it's 1.025 to the n minus 1. Now n is the number of time increments that are passing, or the units, or the sequence, or the items in the sequence. In this case, the items in the sequence are the number of years that are going by, right? Since it's annually, so each year this is being applied. So in this case, I want how much left is after, 5 years here. So this means my n is 5 here. So n is 5. So then we go back here and it's going to be to the 5 minus 1. Why? Because if I plug this in, U1 is 2,500, R is 0.025, and then n is 5. So I simplify this, so UN equals 2,500 times 0.025 to the 5 minus 1 is 4. Here we go. This is our final answer, which is